And joining us now via satellite from Vancouver is Mr. David Stadnik. He's the president and CEO of Guerrero Exploration Incorporated. Their stock symbol's GEX. David, good to talk to you again.
Thank you, Don. It's nice to be here.
Well, David, Guerrero Exploration describes itself as a mining company. You're focused on the high-yielding Mexican copper, gold, and silver area known as the Southern Mexican Gold Belt and the Sierra Madre Occidental Belt. Can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
Yeah, Don, we started the company a year and a half ago. We went public this year in January. We've raised just under $2 million. We looked around the world and as you know, the mining industry's been prolific the last year or so. We looked around the world and wanted to go into an area, a country that we thought had great potential. That we looked around, and Mexico was the country we decided to go in. Mexico ranks 12th in the world in gold production, 12th in the world in copper production. It's got a low risk factor next to the United States, Canada, and Australia, sort of the best countries to be in. It's a prolific producer. We went and found 2 properties with a joint venture partner called Riverside Resources. They also trade on the TSX Venture. So we got the 2 properties and got the ball rolling.
Well, I know we've been hearing a lot about mining in Mexico lately. Now, your primary property down there is known as Cerro Azul. What can you tell us about this property?
Yeah, well, we got 2 properties, and I don't think we really rate one as better over the other. I think that they both have equal potential of being a world-class find, a world-class discovery. But Cerro Azul it's a copper-gold project, and the meaning of Cerro Azul is blue hills. So when you're in the neighborhood of the Cerro Azul project, you can see these blue hills, which is oxidized copper, and which that in itself says that we've certainly got copper there. It's a big property. It's 260 square kilometers. And the beautiful thing about the Cerro Azul, it's located in the Guerrero Gold Belt, which houses some of the biggest gold companies in the world, from Goldcorp, you know, Torex. There's a company called New Strike, which is right beside us. They just had a major discovery. They traded about $2.50, and they came up with over 200 meters of 7 to 8 grams of gold, which is prolific. It's unheard of. Their numbers just keep getting better. You know, we're in a great location, and you know, that's one thing you've got to look at. You want to be in an area where you got prolific production, prolific numbers, and we're right in the thick of it in the Cerro Azul property. It's known as a copper play first. Where some of the numbers on the rock chip samples are pulling up 10% copper on the surface, which is unheard of. We've done some IPs and geochemistry, soil sampling on the property. Everything we're seeing on the property is indicating that we're going to have a major discovery when we drill it. We haven't drilled Cerro Azul yet. We are first drilling our other project, which is Chapelota. We're drilling that right now. It's a gold property. And again, the rock chip sampling on that property, it's a gold, like I say. We're coming up 32 grams per ton in rock chip sampling, which is like an ounce per ton, which is fantastic. Our IP, our geophysics have shown fantastic anomalies, and we're drilling it right now. That's the fantastic thing about it. And what we're seeing coming back, we finished 2 holes, we're doing 10 holes. What we're seeing coming back to us on the first 2 holes is everything you want to see. It's got veining, it's got quartz. It's off to the assay lab. You know, in the next 3 weeks, we're going to start getting numbers back. You know, it looks like we're going to have something good.
Well, let me ask you, you mentioned about, the copper proximity with Cerro Azul. Now, are both the properties in close proximities where other gold, silver, and copper discoveries have been made?
Both are right. Like I say, the Cerro Azul is probably in the most prolific area with the companies surrounding it. Our Chapelota project, which we're drilling right now, is right beside Geoinformatics, which they've got a 5.6 million ton discovery of 0.9% copper. That's right beside us. There's historical production all over the place, so prolific area, and that's where you want to be. You want to be in a fairway where you've got lots of production, lots of potential.
The company, again, is Guerrero Exploration. Their stock symbol is GEX on the TSX Venture Exchange. If you're typing that into a computer in America, you might want to type in gex.v. David, analysts are beginning to speculate here recently that gold is going to double in 5 years. Again, another double with gold prices. I know that gold is part of your operations. Is this about the best time ever to be in the gold business?
Certainly with $1,500 gold, it's, your production numbers, if you're getting, we don't know where we'll end up if we do get into production, but if you're getting $300 production and you got $1,500 gold, it's certainly the numbers make sense. But, given the state of the euro, the unfortunate situation, the debt in the U.S., it's an uncertain time in the world, and in uncertain times, I think that gold is the currency that people are looking to. We're very fortunate. We have copper too, which is the economy. We come out of this recession, which we're supposedly out of it now, but the world is slumping. But as the economy turns around, we have copper too, and copper is a great currency of the world economy. So we're fortunate. I think we're going to see commodities stay up.
You mentioned briefly that drilling has begun at the Chapelota project. I know you also put out a press release about that was going to happen in the month of June. Must be an exciting time.
No, we love it. That's one thing when you're looking to buy into a company, you want to make sure they're not stagnant, they're not sitting on things. We're going at it hard. We just went public this year. We've raised our money. We're putting it into 2,000 meters in Chapelota. We'll move to another 2,000 meters over at Cerro Azul. We're finishing our second hole now on Chapelota. All indications are what we're seeing in the cores. It looks like we're going to have mineralization. How much, we don't know yet. That's the exciting part. We're going to have assays coming back in the next few weeks. I think we're going to have a world-class deposit. People that are in the know in the business are following our company with great interest. We've got, like I say, the numbers and everything that we're seeing on surface is indicating world-class deposit. So the drilling, the assays are coming back. It is an exciting time for us.
Well, I know that the company recently indicated that the copper results at Cerro Azul were high grade at that property. Can you elaborate a little bit on that for us?
Yeah, well, on Cerro Azul, we got, we're running rock chip samples of up to 10% copper. If you're running 1 to 2% copper in rock chip samples, you're doing really well. We're at some 4, 5, 7, and like up to 10% on the rock chip samples. Soil samples, we're returning great numbers on copper. So, and like I say, there's oxidized blue hills, there's oxidized copper all over the place. It's an orogenic deposit. We feel we're confident that the numbers indicate that we're going to have a major deposit.
What about close proximity with respect to infrastructure? Are your mining projects close by so that it's easy to get in and out from major areas? Like I know one of them is 50 kilometers or so away from Mazatlan. How does that set up as far as the properties you're involved in?
Yeah, no, both our properties they're not way up in the mountains or in the hills. They're in kind of rolling hills, and they're I was at Chapelota a couple of weeks ago, and it's a 2-hour drive from Mazatlan on good roads. We can get up close to the drilling targets. So we got good infrastructure on both, and on Cerro Azul, roads running right through the property, and so we got good infrastructure all around. And it's a prolific mining area, so there's lots of drill rigs available. There's water rigs available. There's everything available that you need. And the technical people in Mexico are phenomenal. We have, as we sit here right now, we've got 2 fantastic geos working the drill rigs, along with the 20 people that are on our man-portable rig, and they're phenomenal workers, and they really know their technical stuff, so it's great.
Well, David, why is this a good time right now for folks to take a closer look at Guerrero Exploration?
Well, I think first off, the commodities are at a great price, and I think they're going higher. I think that we got properties that are large in size, that we got scope to move. All the indications are on the surface that we've got a major deposit below us. We're drilling now. We've got a great team. We've got our VP of Exploration is, as far as we can see, one of the best in the world. He discovered one of the biggest iron ore discoveries in Australia for Rio Tinto. He's great. He is so excited about the project, one of the best projects he's ever been involved in. So we got the people, we got the money to do the program. We're in a prolific area. You know what? We're a brand new company. We just started this year. We're cheap. We're in the 20-cent range. We only got 19 million shares outstanding. So you know what? I think if people got a shot here at putting some money up, investing in the company, and they could potentially have a world-class discovery.
Once again, Guerrero Exploration on the TSX Venture Exchange. GEX is their symbol. You may type gex.v if you're doing it online. David, we're initiating coverage of the company this week. Looking forward to hearing more about your operations down there in Mexico, getting some updates from you. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much, Don. We'll look forward to giving those updates.